No, it's good. I love, be creative. Sit wherever you want.
I brought one too.
We can even move back.
So how do we get to the
No, if you're comfortable, I'm just trying to find. Christina. This is so sweet, you guys. So Christina is and so congratulations. So okay, there's 2 bathrooms. Well, there's 3, but in the back of the pool house, there's a bathroom if you need to go, and there's a lock on it. So knock if the door is closed. And then there's one inside the house. Go through the kitchen and take a right. And I just texted to see where their main crew is because they're driving 2 hours and they're probably sitting in traffic. I have been in and out of having a voice for like a week and a half, so I apologize that I'm scratchy and not fabulous. So if you can't hear me, tell me and I'll try to speak louder, and I'm sorry. And feel free to get up and get more drinks or more food or whatever. We're super informal. And I would love for everybody, just before I get started and tell you why this came about and everything, just to go around and say your name, your title for the time being, and how long you've been in the business. Okay? Can we do that? And even who your sponsor is, so we can kind of put names to faces. Okay? I'm Danielle Pearson, for those of you who don't know me. Main crew's here. Everything's out here. Yeah. We're just starting and we're doing introductions. All right, Lisa Campbell, I'm going to let you start.
You rebel. Start with what?
Your
title. Oh, sorry, I was trying to get Texas on. I wasn't listening.
Name, title, and sponsor.
Name, title, and sponsor. Lisa Campbell, area manager, and Danielle Pearson is my sponsor.
Awesome. And you've been in the business for a year and a half?
Sure. Just over here.
Awesome. Sue.
I'm Sue Cook. Dawn Haskell is my sponsor, and I'm area manager. I've been since 5.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm Elizabeth Bell. I'm an area manager. I've been in the business for a little over 2 years. And my sister Jennifer Fisher is
I'm new. Consultants are awesome. Nothing to be ashamed of. Okay. Yes, please.
Kelly Bird. Danielle is my sponsor. Manager, and I just
Awesome.
Oh, everybody else has hi, everybody. I'm Lucinda. I'm brand spanking new from April, and Sarah.
Awesome. Thank you for coming. Welcome. There, Luke.
I'm a for a beautiful South and after.
Yay. Kelsey, you're up.
I'm Kelsey Cochran. I'm a district manager, and Elizabeth Bell is
Go ahead.
I'm Rebecca Norman, and Lisa Campbell is my sponsor. I'm an area manager, and I've been in the business for just a little over a year.
I'm Julie Norman, and the district manager in the business for a little over a year. This is my sponsor, they don't anymore.
I'm Naomi Major. I'm a district manager. I've been with Arbonne a little over a year, and my sponsors for that.
manager.
I'm Navy. I'm a district manager. I've actually been in it for 5 years, but really working in the business for probably the past year. And Danielle's responsible.
I'm Emily Carpenter. I'm brand new. I just started this month.
and Laura's under Elise, who's under Brett, who's under Elizabeth
Wow, that's
Gilbert.
quite a, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I was back up here. That's pretty impressive.
We have quite a few of those, actually.
Area manager,
Someone said it over there.
Oh, the pressure. All right.
my name's Melissa King, and she's Evelyn here, my sponsors. I'm a district manager, and I've been in the business for 5 years. So I think 5. Go back to 4. I'm Kelly Hudson, as well as my sponsor of the district, and I've been here just over 2 years. Kelly McDillon.
Awesome. All right. Sarah, you haven't introduced yourself. Yay. Who else am I missing? Jen. Hi, Jen. Yay. Okay. Does everybody have a place to sit? Jennifer, are you getting a seat there? Sarah, do you? Yeah, I have it. So
I can use my iPad if you want to use my notebook.
Depends on what you want.
I have paper, but I don't have an extra pen.
I have
Mine has a pen. I have pens. She can sit next to me and I'll give her a pen. Somebody needs to use a
Here,
pen.
here, I'll give you paper.
I can bring paper out. Okay.
I guess over here. Well,
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for coming. First of all, I'm amazed with this turnout when I'm going to tell you what made me even decide to do this on Sunday or Monday, to even have this. But just thank you for being committed and last minute just packing up and joining us tonight. So I really appreciate it. This past weekend, Sunday, I was actually sitting at the pool watching the kids, and something happened over the past week and a half with Arbonne that once again totally blew me away. And my husband and I were just talking, and it was for both of us. Arbonne never ceases to amaze us with how great they treat us, how professional our company is, what a class act it is. And I'm going to tell you kind of what happens. So every July, this is the second July, that Arbonne is having a national vice president, United States national vice president meet for a training. And we kind of go over, it's a business meeting, and it's 2 days, and then we also get to go to the home office and tour the home office and see the distribution center and all of that. So I promoted like a month and a half before the training. I promoted, June 1st last year. So it was a month and a half before the training. We already had plans to go away. Then I looked at flights, and it was like $1,500, and I was like, I can't make it. So at that point, Arbonne had an incentive for all national vice presidents that if they grew their business either 20% or 30%, that they would pay for them to fly back to the training this year, and also they could earn 2 different levels of bonuses. And in addition to that, Deanna Heron decided that anybody who grew their business 30%, she was going to fly out 2 days early and pamper with some spa, beach, pay for the hotel, all of that. And so it wasn't even on my radar, you guys. I just have, had a baby. I've not been working as hard as I want to. I've been supporting people, but not in the personal activity that I wanted to. So Deanna sent out this email saying, let me know if you earned the 30% challenge, to all of her MVPs. And I was really bummed, and I or if you were a brand new MVP. And so I missed the brand new MVP by 6 weeks. And all of my sideline friends that I hang out with a lot, they all promoted right after so they all get to go. So I'm like, oh, all these people are going to be there, and I don't get to go. And so I responded, unfortunately I didn't earn it this year, but I will next year. And then 2 weeks ago, I get an email from Arbonne saying, you have earned one of the levels of our challenge, either the 20% or the 30%. So send us your flight details, and we will book your flight for you. And so I'm freaking out, I did not know that I grew 20 or 30%. I had no idea. So I text Carrie, and I'm like, you're not even going to believe this. I earned one of the challenges. And so she's responding. She's like, well, which one did you earn? I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't tell you, but what does it mean? She's like, well, it means you get free hotel and this bonus or this bonus. I'm like, holy crap, really? And so I'm freaking out. I'm very emotional because, I just wasn't expecting it. And so she texts me back. She's like, you have to email them and ask them which level you earned so we can let Deanna know. And I was like, surely it's just the 20%. She responds, you far exceeded the 30% growth. And so then, so I was in tears. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And so I earned this higher bonus. I got to submit my airline ticket. They're paying, they reimbursed me for the ticket. So not only do I get to go be with all the MVPs, but I get to go early and stay with Deanna and some other MVPs. And when I just sat back and I was like, okay, I can do anything above and beyond to earn this. Aside from helping and cheering people on. But Arbonne does one thing after another. On top of, all of these other incredible things that they give us, the rewards and the way that they appreciate us and take care of us and, offer things to us. And so Brian and I were just talking, he's like, everybody needs to know this. Everybody can do this. And I sat back and I, thinking, there's nothing that I have that every one of you does not have. And there's no reason, if I can do this and earn these things and be here, everybody else can do it too. And so, I was just sitting here, I'm like, how do I empower people? How do we help people to see and realize that they can use this gift to let it totally change their lives and give them, so many more choices and options and everything that Arbonne gives us. So Sunday, I was sitting out watching the kids, and I was like, we need more. We need more training. We need to build each other up. We need to, just stay connected and plug in. And so hence I just was like, I'm throwing something. My husband was away. I was supposed to go to Maine. And I was like, I'm going to stay back with the kids, and I'm going to throw this at my house, and very last minute. So I'm amazed that you guys were all able to pull it together too. So you're going to hear from some different speakers tonight. One of the things that was on my heart, we do a lot of nuts and bolts. What exactly do you say? We have a whole new Business Builder binder. If you have not downloaded that, printed it, looked at it, you guys, that gives you the layout of everything that you need to build this business successfully. I posted it on the Facebook group page. It's very recent, but you can go to Files, search the Business Builder binder. It's in a Dropbox. Okay, you can sign up for Dropbox. It's free, it's easy, and it doesn't take up a lot of storage on your computer, which is something that I love. And everything that you need to know to build this business is in that binder. So take a look at that. But so what I was thinking was, yeah, we can go over, and we're going to go over a little bit of nuts and bolts. And I want you guys to kind of jot down some questions, a few things. I'll answer some stuff at the end. But what I really want this to be is fill your cup, realize that you can do this, that you have what it takes to do this. The things that it takes to be successful are not like one big obvious thing. It's doing little things every day. And you're going to hear from different leaders on our team that are going to give you some tips on some of those little things that you need to do to help you to succeed in this business. But where we always start anything in this business is with vision, right? And it comes down to our whys. It's the first thing we have a new business builder write down. Why are you doing this? What do you want from Arbonne? What do you want more of in your life? And I listened to, after Sue encouraged me, to a training by Donna Johnson last week. I just did it 2 nights ago. And Donna Johnson is a top 10 income earner in Arbonne. And if you know the answer because you just heard the training, don't shout it out. But I want you guys to guess how much Donna Johnson makes in a month in Arbonne.
She's a top 10.
She's a top 10.
I'd say 250.
Okay. 250,000 a month.
$1 million a month. Yeah.
Not quite. She makes over $400,000 a month, right? $400,000 a month is what she shared. and and listen to this. Her success line in like April to May grew $10 million in 1 month. Her whole team's volume in 1 month, $10 million. And then from May to June, it grew $12 million in 1 month. So you think about that, $22 million in a month, in 2 months of growth and volume. That's the kind of momentum going on in Arbonne. But you look at Donna Johnson. Yes, she's a pioneer. She was the first national vice president in Arbonne. Okay, so she's a pioneer. But what I love is that research shows that when you stick with a network marketing company that has a reputable product, which we have, and an amazing business building system, which we have, that 95% of the people who stick with it and build it consistently, not like 1 month here and then take 6 months off or work it 1 day a week, but if you work this business consistently, in 10 years you will be at the top level of the company. Okay? And for me, when I started, my belief was I could care less if it takes me 10 years to get to the top. Right? Because where else, what other company out there can give you the opportunity to work part-time and make an amazing, ridiculous income, right? I mean, as a physical therapist, I would have to be working like 5 jobs to make a national vice president income. And not enough hours in the day for me to do that. And I would never be home with my kids, So we start with vision. And I want you guys right now to, with your notebooks, your paper, I want you to write down, I want you to take a step bigger than what you've done before, because so many people start and they say, well, I want to make a few $100s a month, or I just want this. But I want you guys to just put no boundaries. If you were Donna Johnson, 10 years from now, let's just say you're making $100,000 a month, okay, in 10 years.
Yeah.
Is that so awful to imagine?
Yes, it's terrible.
What is your life going to look like? What is something that you would do with your time, with your financial resources, with the choices that you have? What would you do with yourself and your life if you had that kind of, when you have that kind of choice, that freedom? Okay? Write a couple of things down that just come to your mind. Pretty things. Airplane. I'm good. All right. My most recent read has been The Slight Edge, which is The Secret to a Successful Life. It's amazing. I've had it for years. It's been on my bookshelf, and I hadn't read it. There are so many amazing books out there. I have a list of my top 5 to 10 that I've posted. This is now a top 5. This is an amazing book. Spouses, friends, read this. It's amazing. So, but one thing that he says much later in the book, but he talks about making your dreams a reality. Okay, turning your dreams into a reality. So, what you're putting on paper, there's no difference between you and me and Donna Johnson. We have the same opportunity, the same products, the same company, the same compensation plan. It all comes down to how badly do we want it, what are we willing to do, and will we stick it out? But he says that the most critical step to achieving success in any area, whether it's sports, finances, your health, relationships, is the skill of envisioning, the skill of mastering visualizing what it is that you want. And he says it doesn't simply happen by creating a picture in your mind, okay? If your dreams and aspirations are happening in your mind only, it's not envisioning, it's wishful thinking. It's like saying, I'll give it a try, which we don't accept, right? So it means literally taking something out of thin air, envisioning what it is that you want different in your life, what you see, from relationships to time freedom to the choices to the money to what you're able to do and give to other people. And then taking it out of thin air and making it real. And how we do that is putting it on paper, and then it becomes more real. Okay? And then not just on paper, but then also, not just saying, I want to do mission work, or I want to, travel the world, or take other people with me, or whatever it is. Start whatever you want to do. It's not just that, but then it's seeing it so crystal clear. But then another thing he says is talking about it and sharing it with other people. So I want you guys to turn to somebody that you do not know. Okay? You can't necessarily to the person next beside you, but just really quick, I want you to share one or two of the things that you want different in your life that you just put on the paper. And so this is going to help hold you accountable and make it bigger, but it also is going to hopefully will be big what you're sharing. Okay? Really quick. So what's your number one?
Okay, mine
Nicole. Lisa.
Well, mine, a couple of mine really started getting bigger.
You're so good.
Having bigger families. Tell me. So that is awesome. I want you to be able to
That's awesome.
That's not working. I just said it wasn't. For tuning in. We love you guys. We miss you. We're proud of you for tuning in. I hope that personally you're sitting down and you're writing out some of your vision, you're applying it, share it with somebody in your life, a family member, a friend. Take this seriously because it's a very important step of sharing your vision for your future and your business. So thanks for joining us, and I'm going to call everybody back in a minute. I don't want my picture today. I have no, I'm not.
I know.
My baby is so cute.
You would love it.
Isn't he cute?
Now you gotta have number 7.
He looks like a little man. You see my new car?
I saw that, yeah.
See it?
How could you not see that? No, it's not daddy. It's not daddy. Wait, what?
It's well past.
Are you gonna? Okay, yeah. Are you gonna pal us all in and get Mr. Ryder on time? I'm taking a picture of my mom.
Oh, well, Cecilia's been working it. Five houses. Miranda Burton? I don't know. Five houses. Okay, you guys want to take your seats back or stay where you are? I don't care. Take your seats back. All right. So, you guys, it's just so important to know, what your vision is for your life and your business. And one thing that I love that in our bond, it's about sponsoring. We want to bring other people with us. Well, people will follow you when you know where you're going, right? I jumped into this business because Dawn Haskell was so convicted that this business was going to get her home to her kids and help her replace her PT income that I did not want to sit on the sidelines and watch her succeed and be home with her kids because I doubted. Okay, her conviction was that strong. Okay, that's what we need to have, is that vision that we're changing lives. My vision for this backyard barbecue or training, power training, is that in a couple years, a year, 2 years, there are going to be so many white Mercedes out there. Well, what's your vision for your business? How many people are you going to help to sponsor and to teach how to become successful in this business? So people follow you when you know where you're going. And the bigger that your dream is, the bigger your team is. Okay, so when we have those small, for me, my initial dream was so small that I was stuck at district manager for a couple months, and then I was stuck at area manager for almost a year. And when I realized that a lot of other people, and the reason I was stuck at area manager is because I had replaced my PT income and I was home. I was making a few $1,000s a month. That's all I needed, and that was my vision, was to be home with my kids. When I realized that was such a selfish vision, that so many other people wanted to be home with their kids. They wanted more choices. And so I immediately had a bigger dream, like, wow, I'm going to start helping a lot more people. I'm going to turn this around, and just made bigger personal dreams. And within a couple of months, I was a regional vice president. So if your dream is small, your team will be small. You're not going to have that desire to go out and share it with more people. But the bigger you paint the picture for yourself and what you want and what you know you can do with this business, the bigger your team will be. And then that's it. I'm going to turn it over. We're going to start with a little training from Becca, who's going to share a little bit about sponsoring and mindset and belief and something like that. And I'll be back and forth.
Are you taking my spot?
Well, I'm going to sit and feed a baby.
Oh.
And
I don't know about this seat right here.
hello.
So, I guess just to be really real, actually, the three of us. I'm not loud enough.
Well, I don't know. But if you think of the whole part.
Okay. So, I just feel like when she was like, you share something, I feel like the three of us actually just kind of had this kind of a laid back powwow. We actually put invites out for a party. We started to plan our own because if you were having trouble trying to get parties, plan your own. And so we actually have a couple more out now, and we're hoping for success with those. We have a much better response to those right now. But anyways, people didn't show. So instead we decided, you know what, open up your planners, let the three of us sit, let's talk, let's encourage each other, and let's plan some more. So as far as the belief goes, we were really, all three of us were encouraging ourselves to stick this out. And I think, as I'm sitting there, like we've had, it's been crazy lately, and I think everybody can say it's summer, you have so many things going on. But at the end of the day, if you think of this as a burden or as like, this roadblock hit, it's going to get me down, I can't do this, so forget it, I'm not good at it. If you let all of that get to you, then I really believe that you're not going to go anywhere. Your attitude, you're not going to be able to, you're not attractive, nobody's going to want to join your business. So I think that it's a conscious decision that, these past few weeks have definitely a couple things happening, and I've gotten in the car and I've been like, you know what, this, and this really sucked me, but you know what, I can go down this right now, or I have a decision. Am I going to stay there today? But where is that going to get me? It's not going to get you anywhere. So it's a physical turn that you have to do yourself. And I'm the Arbonne lady. I am making this happen. I am not an area manager. I am not a district manager. I'm not just a consultant. I see, like she's saying, that vision. I see myself. I already can picture my life. That's how it has to be. So for me to just be in this bad mood and this is what's happening, I'm going to drive to work like this, it's not going to get me to national vice president. It's not going to get me to executive national vice president. It's not going to get me to staying home with my kids, to having the freedom to help others stay home with their kids, to be able to do all the things that you always dreamed about that maybe aren't happening in your life right now. So for me, part of that is just not having a back door. We talk about it. There was like a visual. I put it up on the thing, and it just really spoke to me. There was unsuccessful people. There was a road with just like free, and then there was another road that said roadblock, and it said unsuccessful people take that, and then they're done. They don't take that road. The road to success they think is easy, but as soon as they hit a roadblock, you're done. Successful people, the thing was like windy roadblock, and that's what I think that this business is. And they say embrace the journey. You hear it all the time. Just embrace what you're doing, and just think that every little thing that's coming your way is just like, hold on, somebody else. somebody else, another party, another this. I'm in business. I'm not going anywhere. It's not doing anything to me. I'm not doing anything to anybody else. I have an opportunity that was given to me that I feel like is important and grateful that I can give this to somebody else. So mindset is definitely huge, and I think it's going to get you where you want to go as long as you have the grit to go behind it. You know, Danielle's husband has always talked about she's the most stubborn person that he knows. And one of the reasons why she's so successful is because she will not give up, and she's got the grit to do it. So, you know, I had a talk with my husband about something the other day, and I feel like, you know, we've hit a couple roadblocks, and right now I do work part-time, part-ish time. I work 32 hours. So I have mother's hours, which is awesome. I'm thankful for the company that I'm in right now. But at the end of the day, I'm still not home with them. I'm still like rushing here, there, you know, pick them up, like work this with that. At the end of the day, I just want to be home with them. And so, you know, we're looking for things in our life, and I'm doing the budget, and I'm like, okay, so we have two options. We've chosen to I take the money cut to work part-time. I can make more money. I'm very capable of it, but their hours have to come with that. So for this opportunity to come this way, try to find that somewhere else. It's pretty crazy. So I legit looked my husband in the eye and I said, I don't accept this. I don't accept this. This is not happening. Something is happening, like this is happening. Arbonne is happening for us. And so as long as we stick to that grit, I'm not going anywhere. It's happening. And I think that as long as we all can, you know, lock arms with each other and believe with each other that you are in business. This is not like we'll see what happens and whatever. I truly believe that. So that's one of my things. But also, I just believe in, like I said, working smarter, not harder. I can work the hours. I can definitely ask out my hours, which then I could go further in the company, which then will increase my salary. I don't want to do that. I have kids. I don't want to be that workaholic, you know, stuck to your job. That's just not the life that I want. What other type of job offers you this kind of flexibility to be able to not only stay with your family and love on your family, but teach other people how to do that and stay home? Like, that's your job, is to help other people get to not work a job and be home with their kids or with their family and help other people. Like, it's really good. So as far as the time leveraging, like, I don't know what it is in town. So don't get a back door and just, you know, put your sign up here. So you're in business.
So, Nicole is going to come talk a little bit on, you know, the time leveraging, and we'll get only go so far as a team of one, and that you guys you all want to know better how to sponsor and be more successful in that area, and we'll definitely see the meeting in that area. Just make sure some tips on how and why. Okay.
I have some notes to follow in my notebook and on my phone. All right. I think the biggest thing with me is, and we're all talking about what our vision is, and I've only been in the business for, since the very end of January. I signed up when I think it was January 2019 or something like that, and then I had such a vision of, because I teach full-time, I work at UNH in the summer as a part-time job, I tutor 3 days a week, and I have 4 kids. So I think that's a big thing when I talk at my own presentations and to some business builders and so forth, is that, you know, there's a lot of words out there, and listening to Robin Sharma a lot about, you know, the power of words and your excuses of why things can't work and so forth. And when I started this business, I had all kinds of parties, and being a teacher, I have a huge network because I work with tons and tons of teachers. But I was always like, oh, I can't go up to that person. I can't go up to that person. I'm scared. But I started to get over my fears. And I think it was Danielle and a couple other of us about, you know, putting the elastic around you and snapping that elastic when something's making you nervous, and it kind of bounces you back that, you know, I need to do this. I need to do this to my family. And that vision that I have is, I want to make it to the top of this company, and I am making it to the top of this company. And going up to somebody and sharing this business to somebody, what is that? 2 seconds out of my time? What are they gonna, if I get on someone's nerves? Well, too bad. It was very quick. My family is way more important to that, and my why is way more important to that, and that's how things are starting to shift. And at the beginning of the business, I had a lot of parties and was having a lot of personal growth. But then I started to realize there's only so much personal growth that you can have yourself, personal volume. And so I knew that I had to start getting business builders. And a lot of the business builders, I don't even know how many I have. I think there's like 8 of us, 8 business builders right now. And everybody's on their own journey. Some people are doing it because they want to, they just want to make a few hundred a month. Some people want to make it totally to the top like I do. And everybody has their own journey. And that's totally fine. And Danielle and I have had multiple conversations, but I'm going, and I'm going to keep on going, and I'm going to keep sponsoring people. And the most important thing that you have to do, okay, is that you have to be contagious. And I 100% believe in this company. And when I first started, I was very skeptical. And Marcella is, and I think a lot of you know, Marcella and I are family. And it took me a long time to sign on to the business because I did think it was one of those companies, and I didn't believe in it. And I did tons and tons and tons of research, and I found that article that everybody always finds, that one with the little lady or whatever she is. And it's that's like the only one. And it comes up every time. And how many now roll your eyes like, oh, there it is. You gotta find Lindsay Hepburn's thing that she writes up. And it is. It's become hysterical. That's the only one. And that was the one that I found. But I had so as the months went on, I decided to do it and so forth. And I shared the business, and I was like, no, I don't know if this can happen, but this is what they're telling me is going to happen. I met Danielle, and yeah, we know that she, makes over $16,000 a month, and I was like, wow, but really, can somebody really do that? And then when I really started to believe is when I started to make money, and I got to take my family to Disney World on Arbonne. I'm actually in the process. I just put a brand new fence in my yard on Arbonne, and you're seeing the bonus checks, and when we went to Vegas, and I'm starting to see it. And I think what's happening at presentations and talking to people and sharing the business is that I'm becoming contagious because I so much believe in this company. And why wouldn't you share this company? And I think that all of us probably have felt this, is that when you see somebody that you so much believe in and you so know that they need this business, and they're not doing what you know they can do, I think those are my biggest frustrations. And I hope that when those people start to see where I'm going in this company, what I'm making in this company, that me being contagious will help to motivate them as well. So, being contagious and passionate is huge. I'm really passionate about the products, and I know, and Sarah, you and I have had that conversation where that was one thing that I've pretty much always been, is contagious about the products and how much I love the products, but not so much about the business. But I really feel like now I can start being passionate about the business because I'm really seeing the money. I'm really seeing, now I'm that area manager, and I'm really seeing it. And I think people are starting to realize it too. So you need to be contagious. Also, you don't have to be at a party or a one-on-one to share the business. Perfect example. I was at TD Bank the other day, and I was depositing because I got a new car, and not on Arbonne. Yeah, on Arbonne. So I was at TD Bank, and I was making a deposit because we had to give a bank check to TD Bank. And a lady goes, ooh, I hope you're buying something nice. And I said, yeah. And I said, as a matter of fact, and this was like a perfect way, I said, as a matter of fact, I said, I'm working for this amazing company now. And I said, this is allowing me to put the down payment. I lie a little bit. But this is allowing me. But I'm telling you, this is allowing me to put this down payment on my car. Seriously, what is it? And so they took my business cards, and it was like a perfect opportunity to share the business. And so you just constantly have to be sharing it. And you just say, this amazing company, and you're just being contagious again. Oh, and then talking about the referral bonus, and now that I understand the referral bonus, and if you still don't understand the referral bonus, make sure you understand it because it totally makes sense. When you say to somebody, oh, if you recommend someone to me, we have an amazing referral bonus up to $1,000, and then you leave and you go, oh my gosh, I have to pay this person $1,000. But it actually works out well. So you just have to make sure that you ask your upline or something if you're not understanding that. And then make sure you make that connection. And I always try that. And there's been so many times, and I know we always see it, is where you're trying to get a business builder and they're like, oh, I just don't have time for that. I'm like, I know, I have 4 kids, I tutor, I work full time, I totally get it, but I'm making Armand work. And then they kind of, get into it. Or I'm going through a divorce, or, you just connect. It's the same thing being a teacher. You make a connection with a child, you're going to get that child to do anything for you. So I think that that's how it's in life too. If you make a connection with that person, you're going to get them to do amazing things, and they're going to want to go with you. And then you have to be brave. You have to snap that elastic, and you just have to do it. You have to realize that your family, or whatever it is your why is, whatever your vision is, if success is having beautiful cars, or your success is being able to go where you want, or just, being able to have a different job, or whatever it is, you have to be brave, and you have to remember that that has to be bigger than that tiny little fear that you have. So just snap that elastic and just go for it, because it's temporary, and then it's over. And I don't remember who was it at GTC, but they said, you're going to have, you guys remember when they said you're going to have 999 no's before you make it to the top of this company? And that always sticks in the back of my mind. Do you remember who it was? Yeah, maybe it was. But that stuck with me as, wow, yeah, that's kind of cool. And then you just have to believe. And you have to believe in this company. You have to believe in the products, because if you don't believe in it, people are going to know. And if you're not, loving the products, and you're not loving this business, and you're not loving what you're going to do, then people are going to know. And my husband says it all the time. He's like, I can tell you love doing what you're doing. And he's absolutely right. I love going to parties. And Amy, my new consultant, her mother said it the other day when Amy signed on with me. She's like, listening to Nicole, you can tell she loves this business. You have to love it. And there's so many things to love about it. And if you're new and you don't know that much, then, do 2 and 2 every single day. Do 2 things for your business. Just, plug in. Just listen, and you're going to fall in love with it. I'm telling you, you're going to. It's amazing. And then, let me see. There's one more thing that I just wanted to say. And as Robin Sharma says too, he says that the world bends to you. Okay, that you have to make the world. No, isn't it backwards? So you want the world not to bend to you. You want to bend to the. Isn't it backwards? Yeah. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Basically, don't allow. Yeah, you want to make the world bend to you. We're constantly doing what we're supposed to do. Yeah, I went to school to be a teacher. Yeah, you went to school to be a physical therapist. Whatever it is you do what you want to do. You do what you want to do in this world. And if you have the belief and you have the vision of this company, then you're going to get those business builders, and you're going to make it to the top of this company. And just believe, have passion, and you'll 100% make it. And remember, it's the power of words. He talked about Nelson Mandela. When Nelson Mandela went to jail, that he went in there, and as he sat in there for all those years, 27 years or whatever it was, he sat in there and he wrote and wrote and wrote. And when he came out, he was a new man, and he had different words to say. So there's power of words. And, just have your belief system set up, and just remember, believe, be passionate, and people are going to follow you. And just go out there and ask everybody. Don't say, oh, I'm not going to ask this person because this and that person. You're going to find your ace somewhere, no matter what type of person they are. So that's about it. Thank you. All right. So thank you, Nicole. You guys are awesome. You can hear her belief, right, when she's talking. Both her and Becca, you hear their belief, their conviction in Arvon, and Cecilia Stoll, who is the #1 age murder in Arvon.